Hi, good morning, boys and girls. Today is Tuesday, March 31st, so that means it's the last day of the month. Yesterday, you learned a lot about germs, and so today you're going to continue your learning about germs. Your family challenge today is to make a comic strip. And your comic strip is going to show something about a healthy habit of yours. Comic strips need to have characters, so you can work together with your mom or dad, and you guys can be characters and you can create dialogue. So comic strips, usually the whole story is written in dialogue. So that just means that the whole comic strip has conversation. So mine's here as an example. You can see I have a lot of speech bubbles. Okay, and that's because that's the conversation that's happening between the characters. So mine says, "Go wash your hands. It's time for dinner." "Yes, Mom." "Hey, Max, come here, boy." "Oh no, now I need to wash my hands again." "What are my shoes doing here? I'll put them away." "Good grief, now I have to wash my hands again." "Did you wash your hands?" "Yes, Mom." Okay, so my comic strip shows the importance and being mindful of washing hands and doing it often throughout the day. Okay, when you touch things, when you're getting ready for a dinner or lunch. Okay, so go ahead and make your comic strip. You can do a hand washing one if you want, and you can make it your own. There's so many other topics you could pick. You could do things about cleaning a room and why it's important to do that. Are washing dishes and why you don't want to have dirty dishes all over the place. Or your habit could be eating healthy foods, okay? So go ahead and take a picture of yours and post it to your Class Dojo portfolio. Okay, your ELA assignment today is to use context clues. You're going to be doing 2 pages in your ELA packet. It's page 21 and the back of this, page 22. Okay, context clues is one way to help you learn new vocabulary. Authors love to use interesting words when they write, and the great thing is that sometimes authors give you clues or hints on what that meaning of that new interesting word is. And so we're going to look at an example today. Okay, so here are 2 examples taken straight from your worksheet at the top. It has an example here. The tops of trees. Okay, the tops of trees in rainforests form a canopy or covering of leaves, okay? So the word canopy is interesting. It's a word that we don't hear often. We may never have heard it. So that's an interesting word the author is giving us today. Now let's read it again and see if I can use context clues to help me find its meaning. The tops of trees in rainforests form a canopy or covering of leaves, okay? So I think I just found a signal word that helps me to decide on what a canopy is. A canopy is a covering of leaves, okay? And so the signal word helped me to determine that. Here's another example. The forest canopy is like a really big sun hat, okay? So here's another signal word. It's telling me what the canopy is like. So that's helping me visualize it. That's helping me understand its meaning. So I read that it's like a really big sun hat. So I'm imagining wearing a sun hat that has a big brim around my head, which casts a shadow under everything below. And so I'm thinking that if a canopy does that, then it must cover the forest and everything below it. That was interesting. So I just figured out what canopy is without even looking at a dictionary. You have one more example that I'm going to show. It's actually problem number 1. It says many creatures or animals live in the rainforest. Did you find a signal word? Yes, it's or. So creatures is underlined because that's the word that you're looking for. You're trying to figure out. Did you find a word here that gives you a definition of creature? Absolutely. Okay, so you're going to do that. You're going to do page 21 and 22. Your other assignment is to reread germs are not for sharing. Okay, you read that yesterday. I want you to reread it again on Epic. Even though you're finished with the book, I think you can still access it. And I want you to complete this multi-flow map. So yesterday you learned a lot of different things that cause germ spreading, and these are the bad habits that that makes germs to spread. Okay, so there was a lot more than 2 mentioned in the book, but you only have to find 2 things that cause germs to spread. Once germs are spread and gets onto people, and then they start multiplying, what happens to that person? Okay, so do that. You can click on the link for an example of this, the multi-flow map. But really all you need to do is just draw this in your spelling tablet. The event is in the middle. You need 2 causes and arrows pointing to that. And then you need an effect box. And then please answer a question. The question is, what can you do to stop the spreading of germs? Okay, so you can get this flow map on the link that I provided down below. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is math. You have page 10 today. Okay, and so I do have another example of your word problem down here at the bottom of this. Okay, you are going to be modeling word problems, okay? Modeling them by creating the correct equations. Okay, so Tony had 37 building blocks. Then he buys more blocks. Now he has 51 blocks. How many blocks does Tony buy? The first thing I want you to do today is to write a matching equation with the unknown in the correct spot. So Tony has 37 building blocks. Then he buys more, so that means he's going to get some more, and now he has 51. This is the only matching equation that models this word problem and the events that are happening. Okay, so there's many ways you could try to solve it. I knew that he started off with 37 blocks, and he now has 51. And so I'm going to figure out how many blocks he got. So 37, I'll do a jump of 10, gets me to 47. And then from 47, I can go to 50. And then plus 1 more. Okay, and so he had 37. He bought this much more. And now he has 51. Do you know where my answer is? My answer is in the jumps. So he bought 10, 13, 14. So he bought 14 more blocks. Okay, and that's why he has now 51. Okay, so there's many ways you can model it, but you must have the correct equation. All right, bye.